Hi, my name is Salsabilah Kurnia Ramadhani and my last student number is 040.
Hello everyone, my name is Meizela Luvita. My last year number is 039.
Hi, I'm Rizky Prabu with student ID 07.
Hello everyone, my name is Dzakiya Salsabilah. My last number is 042.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 2 and we will start with an introduction to morphemes, then move on to the understanding free and bound morphemes. After that, we will cover prefix, infixes and suffixes and circumfixes. So, let's get started. So, in this video, I'd like to talking about morpheme. So, what is morpheme? Morpheme is the smallest meaningful unit in language. Morpheme cannot be broken down into smaller meaningful bits. It is a word or part of word that has meaning. Or we can say morpheme is a meaningful part of word which means something on their own with other morpheme. And morphemes can be classified into two main types. There are free morpheme and bound morpheme. So let's talk about free morpheme first. So free morpheme is a morpheme that can stand alone as a word and still have a meaning. Free morphemes are the building blocks of sentences and can function independently. Free morphemes divided into two categories. The first one is content or lexical words, and second is a function or grammatical word. Content or lexical word is a word that carry the main meaning of the sentences. They include verb, noun, adjective, and adverb.
For example, for verb, run, eat, tall, noun, music, dog, door, adjective, slow, beautiful, happy, adverb, quickly, and silently.
And for function or grammatical word is a word that primarily serves a grammatical purpose in a sentence, rather than conveying a specific meaning on its own.
For example, for conjunction, there are in, but, because. Preposition, there are in, on, at, and. Pronouns, there are he, she, it. Articles, there are the, a. And auxiliary verbs, there are is, have, will. And demonstrative pronouns, there are this, that, these, those. And comparative adjective, there are better, worse, more. And quantifiers, there are some, many, few.
Well, it's all about free morpheme, so let's jump into the next material about bound morpheme. Bound morpheme cannot stand alone as a word. It must be attached to another morpheme to form a word with meaning. Bound morphemes include affixes and root. Affixes are morphemes that are added to a root word to modify its meaning or create a new word. Affixes are divided into derivational and inflectional categories. Derivational affixes, these affixes create a new word by changing the meaning or the part of speech of the original word. They often form words of different word classes, or it change the meaning of word or its grammatical category.
Example of affixes, there is prefix such as on, unhappy, and per in preview. And there is suffix, there are ness, in happiness, lay, quickly, man, enjoymentful, hopeful.
Inflection affixes. These affixes modify a word to express different grammatical position without changing the word class, or to express grammatical features like tense, number, position, or comparison.
For example, adding s to cat forms cats, means singular to plural. Adding ed to walk forms walked. It means present tense to past tense. Adding ing to play forms playing. It means present to present participle. And adding er or forms smaller. It means compare two things.
And the last one is root. Root is the base part of word that carries the core meaning. The root can be free morpheme, such like read, or a bound morpheme, like happy and unhappiness.
Alright, so after hearing about the morpheme itself, the explanation, the definition, and so on, and Salsabilah has told you about the free morphemes and bound morphemes. Now here I'm going to tell you about one of the affixes itself, which is prefixes. Prefixes are bound morphemes which occur before other morphemes. Prefixes are a type of affix that are added to the beginning of a word to change its meaning. There are many common English prefixes that I'm going to tell and show you. The first one, the prefix "an", you, and. The meaning of this prefix is not or no. For example, unhappy. The words "on" here or the prefix "on" here change the meaning of the word happy, become not happy. Next, prefix "non", meaning not or no. For example, non-living means not living. Next, prefix "this". Prefix "this" meaning not or no. For example, distrust means not to trust. Next prefix, we have "in" or "im". The meaning still not or no. For example, indirect means not direct. For example, next prefix we have "ill" or "ir", meaning not or no. For example, irrational means not rational. Next prefix we have "a", meaning not or without. For example, atypical means not typical. Next prefix we have "pre". The meaning is before. For example, pre-war means before a war. Next prefix we have "post". The meaning is after. For example, post-war means after a war. Next prefix we have "pro". The meaning is favoring. For example, pro-war means favoring war. Next we have "inter". The meaning is between. For example, interstate. The meaning is between states. After prefix "inter", we have "hyper". The prefix "hyper" has the meaning excessively. Excessively here, for example, hyperactive means excessively active. Next, we have prefix "mal". Prefix "mal" has the meaning badly. For example, malnutrition is bad nutrition. After "mal", we have prefix "mis". The meaning is incorrectly. For example, misspell. Misspell is to spell incorrectly. And the last one, we have "read". The meaning is again. For example, rewrite. Rewrite is to write again. Those are the common English prefixes. I think that's all for me. Next.
Explain about infix. So, what is an infix? Infix are defined as morpheme that starts or puts in the middle of a word. In language like Bontoc in Philippines, ficas means strong, and this is one root or one morpheme, but we can break it. We can say fumicas by inserting means to be strong. So means to be, and its make it turns into a verb. Another example is kilat means red, and kumilat means to be red. Fusul enemy, fumusul to be an enemy. So the infix insert before the first vowel and is converted into verb. And in our mother language, Indonesia, we have at least three infix. Tunjuk, to point. Infix L, telunjuk means index finger. Getar, tremble. Infix M, gemetar means trembling. Gigi, tooth, add with the infix R, gerigi means serrated. Unfortunately, modern English doesn't have official infixes, but a set of infixes does exist. Unless we count one language feature that school kids were very much enjoying playing around with, expletive infixation. Now, expletive, in linguistic terms, usually means a word that doesn't convey any meaning itself, but which helps some other goals in a sentence. It's like being a dummy subject. So, in word like it rained, what is it? The world? The sky? It doesn't matter. It here is an expletive, but expletive also has another meaning for non-linguistics, a cuss word. Expletive infixation means taking a cuss word inside another word to add emphasis, which is fun fucking bloody tastic. And this is a genuine linguistic thing. There are papers written about it. It's not free for all. English speakers have some rules and patterns that we generally stick to. First rule, we can't use any word or even any cuss word as an infix. The words that can systematically be used like this are expletive that can already be used at almost any points in a sentence. Here are the list that word we can use. There are words derived from those originals like freaking, flipping, gosh darn. And we can put a huge number of cuss words in the middle of abso-bloody-lutely or abso-fucking-lutely. In a 1918 article, Jas Macmillan connected expletive infixation to what he called interposing, which is interruption of any tight synergetic phrase. So that would be Mon Santa breaking Helens, of bloody curse, or Asak goddamn Newton. And second rule, we can't stick an expletive infix everywhere in a word. There's some disagreement among phonologists about the exact details of where they can fit in, but there's a general agreement that the infix has to go before a stressed syllable, and not to break a morpheme in two. So, in words like im bloody possible and disa bloody agreeable are fine, but putting the infix before an unstressed syllable and we will get impossible or disagreeable, which sounds terrible.
Okay, now I will explain about suffix. So what is suffix? A suffix is a letter or group of letters at the end of the words which make a new word or to modify the meaning of the original word. They can indicate various grammatical functions such as tense, case, number, and can also change the part of speech of word. A suffix usually identifies the part of speech of word without giving certain information about the word's meaning. There are some common types of suffixes. First, adjective suffixes. Second, noun suffixes. Third, verb suffixes. And the last one, adverb suffixes. Okay, now I will explain about the common type of suffixes. So the first one is adjective suffixes. Adjective suffixes are ending at to base word to form adjective. These suffixes modify the meaning of the original word to describe qualities, state, and conditions. For example, full, joyful, beautiful, and then less, hopeless, fearless. It's like lacking quality. And us indicate possessing or full of quality, like dangerous and famous. Second one is noun suffixes. Noun suffixes are added to base word to create noun, which can indicate people, place, things, or ideas. For example, we can use and or to indicate a person or things that perform an action, like teacher, writer, doctor, and actor. We can use is indicate a person who specializes in the certain field or practice, like artist, biologist, pianist. And next, we can use ness to indicate a state, quality, or conditions, like happiness, darkness, kindness. And you can see the other example from the table. These suffixes are used to form nouns that can describe various aspects of people, place, things, and abstract concepts. Okay, the third one is verb suffixes. Verb suffixes are added to base verb to change their form, indicating different tense, aspect, grammatical functions. For example, we use ed to show the past tense or past participle of regular verb like walk, talk, and play. The second one is we can use ing to show present participle indicating ongoing action like walking, reading, and writing. We can use as or es to the third person singular present tense like walks, teaches, and fixes. And you can see the other example from the table. Okay, the last one is adverb suffixes. Adverb suffixes are added to adjective or sometimes nouns to create adverb which modify verbs, adjective, or adverb. For example, we can use li to show us how something is done, like quickly, happily, and carefully. The second one is we can use word to show us about direction or orientations like forward, backward, and upward. These suffixes help in modifying verbs and adding more detail about how, when, where, or to what extent an action is performed.
Today we are diving into the world of affix, which are essential component in the structure of a word. You already heard about prefix, which attach to the beginning of a word, and suffix, which attach to the end. But now let's explore something a bit more complex. It is circumfix. So what exactly a circumfix? A circumfix is a type of affix that surrounds a word by attaching both prefix and suffix to the root word. These two parts work together as a single unit to modify the meaning or function of a word. Unlike prefix or suffix that only attach to the one side of a word, circumfix wrap around it. So let's take an example from bahasa. In bahasa, the word kebersihan mean cleanliness. This word is formed by adding a circumfix ke an around the root word bersih, which means clean. Here, ke is the prefix and an is the suffix, but together they function as one unit, making kebersihan a noun that means cleanliness. To help visualize this, imagine a root word in the middle, like bersih in the previous example. Circumfix attached on the both sides, so you have ke on the left and an on the right, wrapping around the root to the form of a new word. Unique structure is what makes circumfix so fascinating. Circumfix often serve specific grammatical functions, such as forming noun, verbs, or adjective, indicating tense or adding particular meaning for the word. For instance, in some language, circumfix can create a passive voice or turn descriptive into a noun. Now, let's compare circumfix with other type of affix. While prefix like un or an in antai and suffix like ness in happiness are more commonly known, circumfix are unique because they require both a prefix and suffix to function. In this sense, circumfix are a combination of both, but they act as a single morpheme. It is important to note that circumfix not found in every language. They are more common in languages like Bahasa, Malay, German, and Tagalog. In this language, circumfix play a significant role in word formation and meaning. So, in summary, circumfix are unique affix that surround a word truth with both prefix and suffix. They play an important role in the morphology, of certain language by modifying the meaning of function of word in ways that other affix cannot. While that may be less common, understanding circumfix enhance our overall comprehension of language structure and affixation. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.